Thank you. My name is Dave Freeze. I'm a state representative from the 115th, and in addition to that, I'm also a practicing attorney and also the father of a 16-year-old daughter who is a student athlete. So this is very, very near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
I'm honored to stand here today alongside my colleagues in Illinois Freedom Caucus and alongside Abigail Wheeler and her family. My comments today will be directed towards this false notion that the YMCA and similar facilities are somehow bound to allow the men who identify as women into women's locker rooms and other private female spaces.
Come on.
One of the laws that is commonly misquoted and misrepresented on this topic is the Illinois Human Rights Act. The Illinois Human Rights Act, which prohibits discrimination based on sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity, states that there's an exception. Nothing in this article shall apply to facilities distinctly private. Any facility as to discrimination based on sex, which is distinctly private in nature, such as restrooms, shower rooms, bathhouses, and health clubs.
There you go.
Officials and people Officials and people of authority, including those in Abigail's case, failed to properly understand the law. Instead, they subordinated statutory law, the Human Rights Act, to case law, citing two cases. The ACLU lawsuit against School District 211, which resulted in biological boys who identify as girls being given the legal right to unrestricted access to girls' private spaces. And a Hobby Lobby store versus Somerville, a lawsuit that resulted in employers being prohibited from discriminating based on either sex or gender identity in bathroom usage policy and practice. If radical case law pertaining to sex and gender identity prevails, the inescapable result will be the eradication of all sex-segregated private spaces for everyone. Regardless of what individuals are concerned about, whether it's statutory authority or case law, the simple truth is that Abigail and her teammates and every woman should be protected in these private spaces.
Yeah.
The source of confusion comes from the recent bastardization of definitions of sex and gender. I cannot believe we're having this debate on what a man is and whether or not biological men should be allowed in women's locker room utilized by school-aged girls and children. Moving forward, I fully anticipate that my colleagues and I will propose legislation to try and reform these statutes based on biological gender assigned at birth, and if need be, the actual and the actual anatomy of a person. We are willing to support whatever it takes to encourage other lawmakers, facility staff, and the general public to reconsider their positions on these issues and to prevent more stories like Abigail's from needing to be told. Thank you very much for coming out. Brad.